Yo, what's up guys? This is DJ Brandt here. I'm up at the ranch rebuilding one of the lips, and I'm going to teach you guys how to build a lip. Alright, so even though I'm building like a 9-foot lip, this stuff's going to be relative to building any size lip you want, say 6 foot, 7 foot, anything depending on your situation. Generally, what you're going to do for your radius is, say I'm building a 9-foot lip, so I'm probably going to go with a 17 to 18 foot radius. Usually you just want your radius about double the height of the lip. So say you're making a 6-foot one, you do like a 12-13 foot radius, it's going to be, you know, a pretty good lip still. So I'll just 2-to-1 ratio is a pretty good one to live by. So what you're going to need is, well, you don't need the chop saw, but she's pretty nice. You're going to need like a generator, power source. I got the skill saw for the radius, but you can get away with using the skill saw to cut those 2x4s too. I just prefer the chop saw for square cuts. Bring your impact. You're gonna want a couple extra number 2 bits. I got 3-inch screws for some of the longer stuff, and then 2-inch screws for sticking down the ply to the 2x4s. We got 2 sheets of 3/8 ply, and then we got 2 sheets of 15/32 ply. So the 15/32 is going to go on the outside to make the radius get a little thicker, and then the 3/8 will be on the face because it's a little bit thinner and it'll bend better when you're screwing it down. For a 9-foot lip, I buy about 22x4s. Then I've got these all marked out already. I'm cutting these guys right in half to 4 feet because your ply is 4 feet wide. So that'll match up super easy. And then I got 2 4x4s. These are going to be like the main supports of the lip. Don't forget your PPE. I got some gloves, got some earplugs, saw's loud, got some glasses on. You know, keep your eyes because you want to keep riding. Don't forget your measuring tape. Get a dope Sharpie because regular Sharpies burn out like halfway through and then your butt hurt. And yeah, I don't know, bring like some water and stuff. Don't forget your speakers so you can bump some Juicy J the whole time you're building it, because you know Juicy will get you lit for the build. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys one of the lips I built the other day, just to give you a rough idea of what I'm talking about. So I built this lip the other day as a replacement for that pink bike lip. I made this one 8 feet tall, and I used a 15-foot radius, so that 2-to-1 ratio basically. I used 15-foot radius just to make it a touch poppier, but you're gonna see from the steps I'm about to show you how we get this guy together. So these are those 4x4s I was talking about as your main support. Use 2x4 in the middle, and then I just kind of do this probably about 1 foot thick so that you don't have to buy a ton of ply, like, you know, like that. I think it looks cooler too. All those 4-foot slats that I'm showing you, they're about to go in there. You want vertical so it's stiffer when you ride it, because if you put them horizontal, it's going to be all soft. It's going to kick you weird. It's not that good. So horizontal, or no, we want vertical slats. We don't want no horizontal. But that's what we're about to make. About 1 foot taller though, and just a little bit more mellow. I didn't ride for JBL, but this JBL Flip 4, this thing's insane. You treat it like trash, do anything you want to it while you're building. Can't keep your Juicy J pumping the whole build though. Thing's insane. Alright boys, let's fire this machine up. Yeah, we got these all marked out to about 4 feet now. We're making our slats I just showed you from the other one. Yo, don't cut your hand off either, like, so I don't want your mom being all pissed off at me for telling you how to build a ramp or something. You cut your hand off. I don't know. Alright, so I got a bunch of slats cut up. They're all 4 feet. Those are ready to go. Time to start making my radius. And this is the tricky part. So I'm going to show you guys some sweet tricks for this so you get it right every time. Awesome. Your homies are going to be pumped. It's going to be lit. Alright, so now we're about to draw a radius. I put a few of those slats down to try and make the ground as level as possible. We're gonna lay this guy down across them like this for when we're drawing it. Alright guys, I'm about to show you the best way to draw your radius. Alright, so I've got all my 4x4s up here. I screwed in a couple of my 2x4s together. And what this does, you want to measure from your screw. This makes your radius. So I was talking about that 9 foot tall, I want an 18-foot radius, right? Well, this is my radius maker, so check it out. Right there at 18 feet. And the reason you want to do it with the 2x4s is so you're not like messing with your tape, getting all like wiggly and squirmy. You don't need a homie to hold it. Like, you can just do this solo and it's gonna get right every time. Like, you're gonna get a proper measurement. So what you want to do is you want to square that up with your piece of ply. You want to start a couple inches from the bottom, because otherwise you're just going to end up cutting off. Like, if you start down at the bottom, you'll just cut it off anyway. So start a couple inches up, and we're... Alright, grab your dope new Sharpie you just got. You're going to hold it down here at the end of your radius maker. And start drawing your line. And that's the start. That's the bottom piece right there. A couple more of these and we're gonna have a whole ramp. Alright, so now you're gonna want to grab your skill saw. We're gonna use that to cut the radius. Get some earplugs. These things are loud as hell. I got these grungy old ones right here. These nasty things in my ears. Keep your hearing. That's pretty dope. Alright, so number one rule when you're using the skill saw is set your blade depth. It's got this little blade depth setter over here. You're gonna want to set that to whatever depth you're cutting through. Alright, that's gonna reduce kickback. It's gonna make it easier to turn the cut with the radius. And it's just gonna cut faster, smoother, less chipped out, like better cut overall. So set your blade depth. I'll show you right here. Alright, so check it out. Blade depth is right there at the bottom, just a tiny, like a millimeter or two past what you're cutting, just so it gets all the way through. But it's not, it'll hardly even nick these boards if you have it set right. So that's gonna make it easier to cut with this curve that we're about to cut with. And yeah, pretty dope. All right, time to start cutting your radius. All right, look at that. Like I said, hardly even nicks these boards. They'll be fun to use. Perfect. Alright, so line up the piece you just cut. You're gonna use that as your template for the other side. That way they'll be the exact same. Boom. Easy as pie. Alright, so we got our two bottom pieces cut out. Those are ready to go. Back to our radius tool. Use one of your last pieces. So we're gonna go about a foot up from where we just cut. So maybe a little doop. And basically it's just gonna give us that foot like I showed you on that other ramp. And I think it looks cool when it's like that, so boom. Now you've got your next piece of radius. Once you connect this onto here, so you're actually gonna be surprised by how far this is gonna get you, just this one piece. That probably puts me up to about 7 or 8 feet right there. I'll probably have to make like one more piece of radius for each side to get me up to the full 9 feet, but basically you just keep continuing with that radius tool, and then you just, each time you cut one, you just draw it onto the other side so it's the exact same, and then boop boop boop. Like if you build an 8-foot ramp, you only have to cut 2 of them, but since it's 9, I'll probably have to cut 3 pieces. Same thing with this. Take the piece you just cut, stencil it out, boom, easy. We got this. So you're probably wondering how much I spent on wood. I want to say I was at about $210 out the door Home Depot today. can maybe get away with a little cheaper if you go check out their like discount bin for the pieces of wood that are kind of broken or whatever. But just trying to make sure they're not warped and stuff, because warped wood or cracked wood's gonna suck to build with. But you can get a few pieces out of there that are good. So but yeah, I expect to spend around 200 bucks. If you're building this in like a public spot or something, building it with your homies, you know, get them to toss in 20 bucks, 30 bucks. Then everybody's only out like 30 bucks for a ramp that you're gonna session for a few years. Like, super worth it, you know? May as well, right? So just quick mock-up to kind of like roughly see where I'm at. I'm at about 7.5 feet tall right now, so gonna have to cut a third piece of radius, and then we'll be good to go. So since these obviously don't butt up well, we're gonna overlap them a bit and match up that radius, and then you're just gonna draw a line right here so that you can cut it with the. All right, so I just made that cut, and you can see now it butts up a lot better. To connect that, I got these like pieces of 2x6 from a previous project. I'm just gonna like screw on the inside there, and that'll hold it together for now until we start slatting it together. All right, so you can see how that cut I just made butts it up way better. I'm gonna put this 2x6, it's like a little extra piece from earlier. I'm gonna put it down here on the inside though, and that's just gonna hold them together until I start slatting it together. You want it on the bottom because your slats are gonna come down to here, right? So you don't want it on this guy. All right, so I couldn't film like kind of putting it together because it's super windy right now and I'm solo. I tossed in just like a couple slats like at these joints right here, because I'm gonna double up at those joints anyway, so I'll put a second one next to it just for like strength there. But basically, so right here I have like one horizontal where it's too thin to do a vertical, and then your first vertical that you can fit in there, you can see it's like completely flush. The slats, we're gonna do 7-inch centers, so that's from the center of the 2x4 to the center of the next 2x4. Just every 7 inches, make a mark and put one there. Now if you want to make life way easier on yourself, grab a bunch of screws, just pre-screw at every one of those marks. Yeah, so boom, easy. Marked out this piece, got all those in. Only have one screw, so I'm gonna just go back around everything and put the second screw in this piece, and then I'm gonna move down to here and keep going on those 7-inch centers. All right, so I got her all slatted in. You can see I doubled up at the joints all the way down to the end. Now we're gonna cut our two 4x4s to make our big old supports. So I'm cutting mine at 9 feet tall because, yeah, 9-foot ramp. Well, I don't know if you guys should be taking my advice because I've accidentally just made this thing like massive. Holy shit. Oh, it'll be good. It'll be alright. I think I'm gonna need to add some dirt to the landing. 9 feet was too big. I think that's like 10. Your moms, they're gonna kill me when they see, you're gonna be like, yeah, mom only got a 6-foot ramp. It's gonna turn out like this. Taller in your house. Just, dad's gonna kill you, mom's gonna kill you, you're done. I'm done. What was I thinking? It was terrible. Alright, so I've got the tractor so I can try and screw this in because 9 feet's taller than I thought. If you're standing in the bucket of a tractor, OSHA and your parents are probably not gonna be pumped, but that's I ain't got no homies with me right now, so that's how she's gonna have to go. Oh shit! Alright. How are we gonna do this? Alright, so once you get to your height, whatever it may be, so it's 9 feet to the bottom of this. I just stuffed that under the next slat. I'm probably just gonna cut off right here anyway. So it's gonna be like 9 feet 4 inches, whatever. But make sure you put your support under a slat and then against this slat. And you can run like a lag screw from here down into there for extra support. Same for that side. You can see I've got a little brace down there just to make sure it doesn't like twist. It's pretty windy right now, but it's starting to come together. Thing's definitely like 11 feet tall right now. Now if you want to really make sure these guys are vertical, you're gonna break out your iPhone level. Yeah, right on, boys. All right, so I got a DMX going too hard right now. All right, so check this out. Got those up under there. Got a little X brace down here. If you'll notice, I ran 2x4s all the way from back here to there. Just kind of ties it all together, and then you can run these supports from the middle down to there. Starting to stiffen up. It's still a little loose, but as soon as you put the ply on top, it really ties the whole thing together. Looks like I'm gonna cut about 1.5 or 2 feet off the top just because I've made those radiuses too long for my own good. But yeah, she's coming along. I'm gonna put one more support from this gap down to here, and then I'm just gonna sheet the face. So we're close, but it's windy as hell. It's the evening. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna finish this tomorrow morning. Yo, what's up, guys? We're back today. I'm gonna show you guys how to sheet this thing with plywood. It's massively windy today. I don't know if you've handled 8-foot pieces of ply in the wind, but it's pretty heinous. So if I like fly away or whatever, maybe die, you know, you guys know what happened. So you don't start by just like screwing across, like don't do that. You're gonna wanna just put a screw in here, and then we're gonna work our way down this side, and I'm gonna show you how. All right, so we've got, see, I've got a couple screws in here. I put this one in first up at the top left corner, and then I start working my way down. But the trick to working your way down is you want to make sure each time that you put another screw in that you square it up with the edge here, because if you look down here, you can see how it starts like overlapping and it like looks weird. Well, what you gotta do is you gotta kind of like move this piece of ply around so that each time you get the same little gap right here, or you just have it like line up the same at every screw, and that's gonna like square up your whole lip. That's gonna basically bring the whole lip together, because right now it's probably like sitting on a little bit of uneven ground, or it's just like a little bit off or something, you know. It's wood, it bends a little bit, whatever. That's gonna be the final touch. It really makes it squared up perfect. It's gonna ride well, and it's gonna pull everything in tight together, because you can see mine's starting to square up. If you look up here, everything's square across the top board too. So don't worry so much with squaring it up with this board at first. Worry about squaring it up with the side, because this factory cut is going to be your perfect square to bring this ramp together. All right, so after pulling and pushing on this piece of ply, you can see it's the same all the way down to the very end. So now I'm going to just I'll go across the top and I'll come down this side now, make sure that's all squared up, and then you can put your screws in the middle, really tie that piece down. All right, so I got this side screwed down now too. You can see all the way down since I squared up the other side. Perfect gap on this side too. So that's screwed down. Now we come into a little bit of a predicament where we've got this piece just hanging off. There's nothing there. So for that, you're just gonna cut back to your last slat, and you're gonna try and split it right down the middle of that slat, so that the tip of this will be sitting on that as well. And then it's gonna be stronger. There's not gonna be this like weird soft point in the middle where there's like two tips that are just kind of hanging over nothing. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. All right, so you really want to get this line as square as possible. So I just used like one of the factory edges from one of those old pieces of ply. Held it from mark to mark. And I'm gonna cut that real quick. You might get your blade depth right with this one too, but it's pretty easy, you got it. All right, so you can see I got that cut. It's pretty good, like the tiniest little nick ever. It's like almost impossible to see. That's how you know you got your blade depth right. So now we just gotta butt this piece up on that thing. And oh dear, we got a little gap. That's all right, we're good boys, don't worry. Yeah, but anyway, on the second piece we do the same thing. We're gonna tack up this side, we're gonna work our way down the left side, same as the top. Like, look how that came out. All right, so second piece is on. I just drew out, basically I need this little 2x4 piece just to finish it out. If you build anything under 9 feet, you're not gonna need that. It's just because I accidentally built my ramp all huge. So basically just kind of drew a little square. I'm gonna cut it out, and that's gonna be my final piece for this. And I'm just gonna trim off that top bit, and should be good to go. All right, so now for the final bit, just to trim off this extra bit that I put on there because I'm a dingus. Yeah, if you know someone at OSHA, tell them I said what's up. I don't think this is like... Yeah, we're good. All right, guys, final product. We are DUN done, buddy. So you can see how everything starts tying together. I trimmed off that excess bit up there, squared it up, made it look all clean. Perfect. I added this support, comes down, cut it clean there. I put one huge lag in, it probably goes to like here. I pre-drilled that one and then ran it in. So that'll be all nice and sturdy. Got this brace. This is kind of ugly, I don't know, I might change that. Got your little X brace, but you guys now can see the finished product. And boom, you can knock one out yourself. It's surprising, it comes together so quick, and then you're just like, holy cow, it's time to shred with the boys. We're gonna get pitted, man. This thing's sick though. It's insane once you put like the plywood on, the whole thing just comes together, super sturdy, ties it all together. She is ready to go, huge. We're going to send it, man. You I don't know, watch on my Instagram or whatever, or watch out for my next mongoose video, because I'm gonna ride this place for my next mongoose video. We got some pretty cool stuff up here. Definitely gonna have to add this dirt to this landing though, because I don't know if it's ready to handle that lip right now. We'll make it happen though. I'll make it work. This thing's sick. Thanks for watching, I hope this helps. I hope you guys make a ramp with your homies, shred with your homies. Just build the scene around you, you know, like, it's simple, it'll last forever. Especially if you paint it, paint your ramp, because I'm gonna paint mine. Paint them, they'll last forever, they'll last through rain, storms, whatever. You don't have to water. All you have to do is like make a landing for it, and then you guys can shred more. If you don't have that much time, like you're working your job 5 days a week, whatever, wood lip like this is the key, because then you don't have to do much dirt work. You can still come shred with your homies, have a good time. You can move it around, like a couple people can pick this up, move it around, put it at a different landing. Yeah, boom. Let you jump, guys. Thanks for watching. Talk about the easiest way ever to get your tools down. Living the dream right now.